started dating, I was 19. What?
I said mine is worse. Hi guys, welcome to yet another episode of Love POV, where we talk about
anything related to love and relationships. With me, your host Njoki, and on today's video, I am joined by my beautiful sister Queen Desta. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
And today's topic, we're going to be talking about: is it a good idea to date young? Is it a good choice?
I feel like before we even get to it,
Yeah.
can you comment down below and tell us what do you think about this matter, or are you watching this video because you want the answer, and as well as share what you think. Okay, yeah, let's get into it.
The logistics of when. So what is young? What is young in your opinion?
Right now, I take my mom's definition of what is young, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Before, at 18, I thought I'm very old.
Yeah.
But right now, according to my mom's definition, is for a girl 25 to 26. So anything below that, you're still young.
Yes.
What about you?
I also agree. And this is
So
what makes me
in other words,
wanna
we are
have
still
good
young,
friends.
but we are still
We're
learning
still
from
young.
our younger us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're choosing to understand that was young.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's different when you're told by your mom that this is wrong and this is right, and when you decide to take it, this I know is wrong and this I know is right, and that's where we are at. So I started dating, I was 19.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because in my head I thought, 18 is the threshold. My mom says it's 25, but for me I want it to be 18. So when I hit 19, I was like,
Let's do this.
yes, let's get it. Let's get it.
But I feel like 19, you don't need to apologize to mom.
I still do, because she would have if I listened to her, she would have protected me from so much, handling so much of emotions, understanding another man, what they're thinking about. It's crazy. Like that moment, be you 100%. What?
I said mine is worse. Okay, keep talking.
100% it's supposed to revolve around you, but when you start dating when you're young, it starts being, your life is no longer about you, it's also about another person.
I see.
So how young were you?
I think mid 16 heading to 17.
Oh wow, that was young.
I was still in high school, and the reason I'm
was
saying
young.
that was is because after several cases of having backstory for people that do not know these issues,
Yeah.
in Kenya, at least in the school I studied in, if you were in a relationship while still in high school, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So the teachers or the people that know you there could even be like relationship spies. So those who will identify someone and something, stuff like this. So by the time I was like 15, from like form 2, there was this guy, and I studied in a boarding school. There was this guy that was interested in me, named Silent, but in his approach of trying to get to me, when he was pursuing me, the relationship spies or reporters went and reported of us being in a relationship, okay? And then it led to us beginning to be punished. In the process of the punishment, we were like, you know what? Maybe we are actually meant for each other. That's why we have all these life
There's something
hurdles.
about rebellion when you're young. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Just believe whoever is telling you. As long as you trust that person, they are saving you from a lot of BS. But rebellion, iko hapa. It's here. It's
Yeah.
me and rebellion.
So finally we decided, you know what? We've endured a lot of punishments. Our parents have been called several times. Let's be punished for a reason. So
Yeah.
I remember saying yes to dating him.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So would I advocate? The question was, would you advocate for dating a young person when you're young?
No.
Okay. Why?
No. Because that is the time I am supposed to focus on myself, and I know when I say it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I wish I took that time to just be myself and be selfish with myself, understand what are the things I struggle with, what are my strengths. You start doing that after now you're 25 and you're now not in a relationship and just being conscious about it.
Yeah.
That is when now you're trying to recollect yourself, but that is what you should have been doing when you were 19, 18, 16, 17. Let me just include that age now for your kids.
I know. Oh.
Yeah. But I'd say I've also learned a lot from dating when I was young.
Can I also give you a different perspective?
Yeah.
After I turned 18, heading 19, this relationship ended, and I continued in my 20s with no relationship.
A relationship with God.
Yeah, a relationship, basically.
Yeah.
A relationship with God, and I appreciate that. As much as still doesn't mean I haven't made mistakes in this field of relationships, but at least I know there's a gap in my life that I was saved from mistakes that could have happened,
Yeah.
and as well as took time to even know about myself, such that even if you get in other relationships, even if you fall, you're able to rise up faster because you know yourself, you have known what are your values, you have known what is acceptable for you and stuff like this. So I feel like while I was young, I knew only love, like that's it, and not even just love. I would call it this good feeling, like this, because for me my definition of love is more like peace than this feeling. I don't even know what word to give it. Yeah. And you're able to make, I feel like when you have time, when you date young, you don't know yourself. Can I give you an example?
Woo-hoo! Yes.
You think you know yourself, but actually you don't know. You don't know yourself in many angles. You don't know yourself in terms of goals. You don't know yourselves in terms of what you want to do, especially as a teenager. Come on, what do you even know? You don't know about what will be your career. You don't know what country you're going to live in. You don't, nothing. So I remember at like before 18, I told the guy I was seeing, hey, we are done. And this guy was like, I can't deal with this. And he did, unfortunately. This is not my story to tell, but I'm just giving you a perspective to know. We are being vulnerable on this channel today.
Yeah.
And the fact that they didn't know themselves, they felt like they can't do life with me, and they attempted and they attempted to commit suicide. So imagine if he lost his life
because of that.
Yeah, because of that. Fast forward the story.
Can I ask?
Finish high school.
Is this the same guy? Okay.
Yes, this is the same guy.
Who you guys were rebellious and decided?
Yeah.
Wow.
We are not fighting for nothing. So imagine, like after 6 months, I was like, we're done with this story. And then he tries to commit himself to like end his life. And then fast forward to this story, we decided, you know what? Okay, you can't do without me. Let's try again. Then now we are trying again.
Yeah.
And 6 months later, we're done with high school. And he relocates and moves to the States, and I never get to hear from him ever again. So this is what I mean by you do not know yourselves. Like if we knew, I even had an idea that he's gonna relocate because his parents were in the States.
Yeah.
But I never thought that the logistics of someone moving is even how strict it gets, even in terms of things like visa. Forget about the dream of they will come back for me or things like this, because that was the promises of the things that he does not even know if he can bring them to life, like, or even if that's possible. Like, you have not figured what it is about yourself to be able to even figure about what it is about
another person. Oh, one mistake. Let's just get to the mistake since we're doing this. One mistake that I did, or rather dating young made me handle when I was such a young person, is taking validation from a man. Like all the good things I know or I have learned about myself, like taking them from a man, such that if he does not give them to me, I am not beautiful, I am not enough, I am not tall enough, I am not worthy. You see, all these things. And really, you are enough as you are, whether anyone tells you or not, whether you believe it or not. You should get to the point of believing it. I wish I took my time and actually got my worth from myself, because now that I'm giving that person so much power. But did I know? Did I know?
No.
And that's why you shouldn't date when you're young. Take your time. Understand, you don't know yourself. Oh, I feel so bad for you, because now this guy thought you guys will be done with school and go to the convention or get married or something, or go to campus together.
How would I have known I'm gonna move to a whole new country? I'm gonna backpack Africa. I'm gonna come to. I'm gonna drop whatever I studied in university and take up a whole different career and stuff like this. So you still have well, we are still continuing to identify about ourselves,
Yeah.
but there's a certain stability that has come to pass. Like there's a certain stability that you already know. Like for example, you know what kind of values you can take or not take in terms of the beliefs the other person have, their religions, the things they do, even careers. There are
Yeah.
careers you cannot at this age decide you're gonna be in a relationship with that person. But because you're young, you have not known these matters. Another reason that I would highly
Wait, let me
discourage-
tell you
Okay,
something
sorry.
funny. No, don't say sorry. I was dating this guy just after high school now. I'm 19. And if he watches this, hi. Good to know you.
Please don't. Okay. We moved on.
So he told me I was called for BCom, Bachelor of Commerce in campus. But I had not taken business studies in my school, high school, so I knew I know nothing about BCom. So if I'll go take that as a course, as my career path, I'll have to go to the basics of high school, and that was too much work. He was also called for the same. We got the same grade. Let me tell you, when you're young and you decide to date, I think I'd define it as the most stupidest thing I've ever done.
Kinda. I did a subject with this person and we were grouped together. You know this story?
Yeah.
We were grouped together to do a KCSE, if you know, and you're from
Yeah,
Kenya, you know this
the
is a
main
very
exam.
serious exam. But like because I did building and construction, maybe because of influence from him, I also, when we were doing the practicals together, and this is the exam that is supposed to determine my life. We were grouped together because people knew these are a couple, so they have to kind of just do together. But unfortunately, just before the practicals, we were not talking. And he had to wake up very, because we can't also afford to
I know
pay.
this story, but still.
Like imagine
What?
how much risk are you taking for your life for this matter? So he had to wake up very early, go do the practicals, so that when other people come to do the practicals, we already did our portion. And so for me now, I'm just saying to the world that I never did those practicals because this guy would wake up very early, do the role for the day. When I come, I'm just there cleaning the space and stuff like this. So you did a stupid thing too.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
No, it wasn't. But I was looking for those. Okay, so when you're dating when you're young, the love or the relationship is not based on what love should be or what rather love is defined as. It's defined on the small similarities you have. Those are the things that keep you together more than what love should be about. According to now what I'm understanding love is, as I grow up, we got the same grade. Now these are where the similarities start beginning. We got the same grade, the same points in the final exam KCSE, and we were called in private schools. Like we were admitted to private schools.
Universities,
Yes.
yeah.
So I tell this guy, he knows I know nothing about business studies, high school wise. So he tells me, please just go take take Bachelor of Commerce, and then I promise.
Okay, well, what was the promise?
I promise.
Yeah.
My father is the owner of some company. I can't remember the name. But I promise as soon as you're done,
You have a job.
I was like, bro, I have been through so much life. Okay, yes, that's so nice to hear. Thank you. But
Where are they now?
okay, I thank God at that
They gave
point.
that job that you were to get because you changed your course. I know the law of the story, at least on that part. No.
I feel like dating young has a lot of fantasy than reality.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so wrong to live in a fantasy world because you don't get the realness of life, and it's very easy to make mistakes when you're living in a fantasy and even offend people. Oh my god.
There's something you've
That
talked
relationship
about,
though.
validation, that you get validation from a relationship, and I even feel like we didn't emphasize more on that point, but I also want to add on it and say the unfortunate thing is you lose, instead of finding yourself, you actually lose yourself in the relationship, and that's why when the relationship ends you feel like the world is over, like
Yes.
even to extents
And I think
that I've
that's
talked
what
about.
happened to your boyfriend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yes.
even him, because he was also young. So when the validation or him finding himself or whatever definition it was of him finding himself is gone, then what else? And also you see doom in the future. To talk about the aspect of when you're in your teenagehood. It's even known from statistics and research that those people that are addicted to alcohol, drugs, pornography, like a certain form of addiction, even sex, they started it when they were young. All these forms of addiction, they mostly from the study or the research that has been shown, they start when you are, most of these people started when they were younger or when they were teenagers, at least below the age of 20. This is attributed because this is attributed to your brain cells are still growing. So your brain is introduced to that other foreign substance, and so they think this is how life is supposed to be. Like, let's take an example of like cigarette or smoking. I'm not saying this is the case for everyone. This is based on the study that I saw, and I thought it actually makes sense, because even the people that I've met with this kind of struggles, it did not just start when they were like 30 years old.
Yeah.
So at your teenage age, when you introduce yourself, this is what that person was talking about, when you also introduce yourself to dating, and it's the dating of short-term perspective, like, I'm just confirming we can live 20, like, let's see
Just
where this
enjoying
is going.
life.
Yeah, we're just enjoying life. Or when hurdles come, or like hard situation comes, just like what Damaris did, she declared the end of the relationship, or what the other person did, they decided to fly out of the country and never explain to me what happened. When such kind of things happen, your head gets used to, it is written to, wow, even when you get married in your future life, what is the solution when hard things come? Divorce, separation, we are leaving. So it's better for you to save your head from, I said head, like save your system from thinking in that way. But of course, when you're young, what do you want? To explore, to not be left out. But if you can take advice, even as I end this video, to be honest, I'm dedicating this video to all teenagers, to all young people, my sister in the lead, that trust the process. This is time for you to grow. This is not even time to be in a relationship. This is time to even validate yourself. This is time to love yourself. This is time to experiment with all kind of hobbies that help you grow. This is time to research on many other factors of life, your hobbies and everything, and avoiding mistakes. So I am anti-dating while young. Now I'm a big advocate of, please girl, just wait till 25, okay? Even if, and with zero promises as well, and just allowing yourself to let God or the universe lead you through your life. But I also have to recognize that even for those that the mistakes have happened, maybe that's how their life was supposed to be. But also for you, if it hasn't happened, you better take the right path. Okay? I think, thank you so much for giving me the honor to sit on this seat alone. We'll keep on with this conversation. It was very vulnerable.
Thank you so
Mama
much
gave
for
me
getting
story
to
and
this
that.
part of the video. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you have a problem with my point of view and my sister's point of view, take it up with the HR. You'll find us there in the comment section, and we'll deal with you because we are the HR in this case. Until next time, guys, bye for now.